What's up, nerds and nerdettes, and we little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. I don't think we need that top glare, do you? Let's see, that help? A little bit. All right, so this is a game back on Kickstarter. The game came in. There was a little bit of problem. A few people got a little scared there, but you know what? It made it to the backers' hands. So this is a little tin box game, and it is called Little Living Dungeon. That's exactly what it is, and everything fit right here in this tin box right there. So yes, well, here, let me just read the opening line of this because it's pretty cool. Welcome, little dungeon core. Bad news. You are good news. You have been reincarnated as a dungeon core by the grace of the gods. Read into that what you will. So yeah, it's kind of cool. You whatever you were before, you have now been reincarnated into a little dungeon. So this is a tile laying game, and as you can see, they're very small little tiles. In fact, I'm thinking that maybe I should bring this in a little tighter, like that. Okay, and this is the dungeon core. This is what you are. This is your existence right here. These are the dungeon pieces, the tiles that we are going to be growing into, like so. All right, leave that over here. We have this tracker, which we're going to use to track the days and the level of the dungeon. We are currently a level 1 dungeon. And we will be level 1 dungeon until we have our 9th tile out. 9 to 16 is a level 2. 17 to 24 is a level 3. And anything over that is level 4. Level 4 dungeon after that. So I am playing this directly out of the tin. That's mainly because I've just been highly busy. But I figured, look, this is it. So why not give everyone the experience of knowing how easy or bad or hard or great or whatever, because I can't tell the future, how this game is. From first-hand experience, if you yourself just got the tin and busted it open for first attempt play. So if there's any mistakes, I apologize. Maybe someone will point them out in a comment, or I will catch them and point it out in a comment, or even maybe while I'm playing. Sometimes I do that. Okay, so these meeples represent are basically just used to represent the adventurers as they come in, because there are a series of adventurers that you roll for. Could be the noob, could be the token dwarf, the seasoned adventurer, and then finally, after you max everything out and use all your tiles, the paladin will show up. And I've already been reading a few things in comments in the backer section about this paladin. Holy moly. Not looking forward to that. And as far as I can tell, I think the rest of these cubes are going to be used to track mana, which is what I need to grow my rooms, and what I collect from my rooms. And I did the quick little look. I believe the yellows were worth 5, while these reds were worth 1 point each. Okay. So to start, take 2 yellow markers. I did that. Place them on the 1 position of the red counter card. Did that. Lay out your adventure cards and place them near the core, the table. You have 2 mana points to buy a room. Okay, so I'm going to keep my mana points over here near the drawer pile to signify that this is what I'm accumulated. The cost of the room is whatever the number in the top left corner is. Once you have your first room attached, the first day begins. In order to win, you must become level 5 dungeon. You do this by having all the tiles on the table. A fully built dungeon is considered level 5, and you win. The level of your dungeon depends on the number of tiles that you have connected to the core. Progress the counter on the counter sheet to keep track of your level. Here we go. Starting level 1. Start by flipping any inactive tiles back over and purchasing and placing any rooms that you have mana for. Choose wisely. You may not move or rotate the rooms once they are placed down. You do not need to orientate the number to the top left. You may rotate the room as you wish. Once this is done, the adventurers will start to enter the dungeon. Refer to the table below and higher levels, blah, 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 blah. And then into combat. Into combat. And then once combat is done, tally up the remaining rooms mana, the number in the top left, and award yourself tokens. A red token is worth 1, the yellow is worth 5. Your small core can hold... Oh, so that's where I'll put it, the core. There we go. Your small core can hold up to 10 mana max. The rest is lost. If all your rooms were defeated and you had to do a core mana blast, you get 1 mana point. And a good life lesson about running before you can walk. Progress the day counter by 1. On the 5th day, the paladin will arrive and enter your dungeon. No other adventurers will spawn. Spawn? Spawn. They will not spawn. They will not spawn. This holy warrior is very powerful, so build up your defense quick. If he rolls a 6 in any room, that room is permanently flipped to inactive and stays inactive. You may recover it only by paying double the room's cost in mana. Otherwise, it will not flip back over at the end of the day cycle. After the paladin enters, move the day counter back to 1. Okay, so the one thing I don't see listed anywhere here in the rules is about drawing. There's nothing about drawing cards. So it does say that I have 2 mana points to buy a room. The cost of the room is whatever the number is at the top left corner. Once you have your first room attached, the first day begins. So I guess you're not really drawing, you're choosing. Well, that's 2. I could afford that. Is there any 1s in here? There you go. Because if that's the case, then I might as well attach 2 rooms. Well, the funny thing is, either way, I'm only going to get 2 mana back. Oh, wait a second. So this will get him here faster than if I just did like the first card that I drew. So you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Because we want to put off this guy getting here. Wow. His health is equal to my complete and total mana. There was something in combat I saw that all of the characters, the heroes, the adventurers, they all have 1 point in defense. And then whatever dice that they roll on top of that 1, 2. So they always seem to be having at least 1 point in defense. And the level of the dungeon will dictate how much health and how much defense that they're going to have. Okay, so now where to place this? So this is going to have the same problem that many of these games, like the Abandons have, is that you just end up taking a heck of a lot of room. Thank goodness these are so tiny. I'm sorry, they're so little. Okay, so that is the spend the 2. Spend the 2. And I will do that. Once you have your first room attached, the first day begins. Okay, so yeah, that's what they're talking about with the setup there. So, and here is the chart. So level 1 dungeon will have a number of entrances of 1 to spawn from, and adventurers per entrance will be 1. So I roll the 6-sided die. We're going to see what I get. 4, that's a noob. And you're level 1. 1 to 5 is a noob, and only a 6 will give you the token dwarf. So we have the noob, and the noob entering the dungeon. And since he's a noob, he's green, right? So I'm going to use the green meeple. I'm going to lie him down, though, just for the camera so you can see him better. He's not, like, dead or anything yet. Not yet. Not yet. Hopefully he will be soon. But just for the camera so it can be seen a little bit better. Maybe even better yet, like that. How's that? I can just move this down for the camera. Ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille? Okay. So there is the noob over on his side. He's an acrobat. There we go. Combat. Each room has its mana cost in the upper right-hand corner. Well, in this case, flips, that's 2. This is also the number of dice that it may roll to simulate the traps that it has. The adventurer's card will dictate if they have dice to roll in defense by having a number inside a shield symbol. A drawer triggers a reroll. The health of the adventurer is indicated by the number in the hearts. So he has no defense dice. He has 3 health. The adventurers have an automatic defense of 1, i.e. the noob enters level 1 room at level 1. He rolls no dice in defense. You roll 1 die for the room. You roll a 3. He has an automatic defense of 1, so he takes 2 damage. He's left with 1 health. The room has not killed him. So that's the way that works. So he has 1, and I'm rolling 2 dice. So I don't see how. Well, I mean, I could get snake eyes, or 1 and a 3. Whoa. There's a 2. Which didn't matter because this one's a 6. So he takes 7 points of damage. He has 3. The noob has been dealt with. Dun, dun, dun. If a room does not manage to kill the adventurer inside it, and he moves on, the room has used all its mana. If an adventurer enters a core room, oh, okay, so once combat is done, you tally up the remaining room's mana, number in the top left, and you award yourself the tokens. The yellows are 5, these are 1. So we got another 2 mana back, thanks to that noob. I think that's it, right? So then we just do this again. I'll take the 1. I'll put that here. Yeah, and also, depending on how I put that, I can't put this here because there's no connecting room, but there's one connecting here. I could do this, and that would close that off. I'm going to put this here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 entrances to my little living dungeon. Okay, let's look at that. Get a little bit. Okay. A bit better on camera? I don't know. And I have 1 more mana. Hey, check it out, everyone. We got Tommy V live, Daddy V. How's everything going, brother? Only just started. Those are my 2 mana. So these 2 mana are spent on these rooms. I roll the die. Comes up a 1, as we've already established on a level 1 dungeon. Coming in 1 to 5, a noob. So I have another noob coming in my dungeon, trying to steal from me. Okay, if I take this guy out. Oh, you know what I should have done? Oh, whoa. Okay, Just to point this out, thank goodness this is early enough in the game. No, it's not a rule thing or anything, just tactics and strategy. The sooner they get to your core room, if all the other rooms are dealt with, I mean, that's one of the ways, that's one of the, you don't want them doing that because that can lead to the end of the game. You do have your mana blast, but that's only going to give you one back. Oh, that's going to be rough. So yeah, I should have been making more of a line. But I'll leave these the way they are because that's okay for now. So he's coming in this way again too. You know what? No, this guy's coming in. He's coming in this way. He's like, oh wow, look, this new door. Where's this door in the mountainside? And so he's kind of walking in. So he's got one defense, 1 point of defense. I have one die to roll for here, so I'm looking for a 2 or better. And I got a 3. Actually, I was looking for a 5, right? I was looking for a 4 or better. So he is still up. See, this here's the problem. I should have had him come in here with the 2 is I wasn't thinking, I just wanted to do something interesting. Story of my life sometimes. Okay, so one defense, so he takes 2. He has 1 left. If a room does not manage to kill the adventurer inside it and he moves on, the room has used all its mana and is flipped to indicate it is inactive. So this room here is inactive. That's kind of cool, huh? I like that. That's nice visual. If an adventurer enters your core room, you use all your stored mana for the day on a mana blast. Mana blast. Mana blast. No matter how much mana you have, or the health or defense of the adventurer, he will die as will all other adventurers currently inside the dungeon. So I end up losing the equivalent of all my mana as he comes staggering in here half dead, and then the giant crystal, my essence, just and that's that for Fred. So I have no rooms. I mean, I flip these all over. I get no mana because there's no unused rooms, technically. So I had to use up all my mana for the blast. So let's check this again, see who comes in. Who comes in door number 2? Oh, 6. Okay, a couple of noobs die in town, and the old gruff dwarf decides that he's gonna go take a look. He's of the earth, so we're gonna say he's red. I don't know. Does that even make sense? I don't know. All right. So now let's take a look. The dwarf has 5 health. Still no defense other than 1 point worth. So I'm looking to do a minimum of 6 points of damage. That's average. That's average, right? I mean, law of average. 2 6-sided dice, 3 each. Let's see. Woo! So the 9 minus his 1 is 8. He has 5. The token dwarf, bum 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 bum. Token dwarf is dead. That's going to be 4 mana now I get. Because I have 2, 3, and 4. No, that had to be used. That had to be used, right? Yeah. For the combat section, right? Let's double check that. Drawers have been rolled. Room does not manage to kill. It did. Once combat is done, tally up your remaining room's mana. Then turn to your core room. No, we did that before. Yeah, so the room had to use its mana. But I made that mistake very first turn out. That's 2 that I get. Everything flips. I get 2. Like that there, I think. Yeah. These are spent. All right, let's keep an eye on this. I have when I place my 9th tile, it will be a dungeon level 2. Oh, that is a 2, which is another noob. Ching. All right, so here's a defense of 1. From the 10, leaves 9 damage. This room is flipped. He is dead. Now I get 4. 2, 3, and 4 unused. Okay, only a couple of turns in before I think I got the hang of this. At least this part of it, anyway. What did I miss here concentrating? Good to hear things are good on your side there, Tommy. Tommy V, everyone. All right, so yeah, offhand, I think the game looks amazing to start with. Let's see in another 15 minutes or so what you think. So 4 points. Got another 2-point room. I'm going to put that over here. I can't afford a 3-point room yet. A lot of 3-point rooms. I can't. Okay. Can afford a 1-point room. I can afford another 1-point room. There we go. See, if I put this here, then that's no longer a doorway. Or that's no longer a doorway. That's yeah, all right, why not? Oh, shoot, you know what I forgot to do? Oh, whoa. You know what I completely forgot to do, Tommy? All right, okay, let's see here. This is near the bottom. All right, no, that's after the paladin. The day and the level hasn't moved yet, but when does the day counter move? That's what did I see that and read that out already? Because I don't remember when it says the day counter moves. So I'm still level 1. Next turn, literally, I'm going to be a level 2 dungeon. But the day tracker. I mean, it can't turn every single time I'm laying out new tiles, because that would be a lot more than day 4. The thing is, rules aren't that big, and I'm not seeing anything here about when you move the day tracker other than after the paladin enters. Move the counter back to 1, the day counter back to 1. So I am missing something here about that day tracker. Maybe every time I level? Okay, I don't want to spend any more time on that, because especially trying to look for something that's only 2 pages long. Okay, so now let's see who's coming in. This is the last roll for level 1. And it is another noob. You know what I'm going to do with these? I'm going to shuffle these back in, actually. This is like nothing in the rules about drawing, and if you can't afford the drawer, you know, so I'm not even sure if I should be drawing. Okay, so we're still level 1. And this noob is coming in over here. Coming in hot over here. Rolling 2 dice. Getting this one out of here. And rolling these 2. 3 and 3 is 6 minus 1 is 5. He's finished. So this room will get me nothing. Still, this is still something is wrong. Something is off. I don't 100% think it's me this time. I feel like there's something I'm missing about the day advancement. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are worth 5, 6, 7, 8 for my mana. Then we enter level 2. Let's flip now. One point. 2 points. Three points. Oh, shoot. I didn't realize this entrance. How's that? This is a sprawling little dungeon, isn't it? Isn't it? All right. So we're level 2. So we're rolling on a new table now. Let's see. We got 2. We got 2. And I think for level 2, that is still, 1 to 3 is a noob. 4 to 6 is the token dwarf. But now being level 2, he has 5 health. Still no dice to roll. Just the minimum 1 that he's going to absorb. All right. So he is coming in. He's coming in. This green kid is coming in hot over here. Racing in. I have a feeling this is going to be a mistake for me having him come in here. All right. So he has 5. So I have to roll 6 or better on these 2 dice. And I did. Look at that. 10. Minus 1 is 9. 4 over. So I don't get these 2 points because this room has been used. But now a new, so let me put this level 2, day 2, I guess. I'm still guessing that day part. There are 2 adventurers. So the other adventurer is also a noob. Who's coming in hot from over here? Gonna be 2 mana dice to roll. He has 1 point he's going to absorb. And that's a 4. The 6 is a 10. Minus 1 is 9. He's done. That's like this, right? There we go. Okay. This is going to leave me now with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. But 10 is the most you can hold. Just remember that. 10 is the most that you can hold. Okay, so these are going to get flipped back now. And now there's nothing I can't buy. Ha ha ha. What are all those threes now? 2. The biggest problem with tile laying games, and I enjoy them so much, but this can get annoying. All right. No, I can't do that. That doesn't match up. That's not gonna. Here. That was 2, 5, maybe 3, 1. One. Ah, 3. Change of 2. And another 3. Like that. That's where my little dungeon is sprawling now. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17. Which means I jumped to level 3 with that 17. Oh, okay. Now things are going to get really ugly for me. So let's roll one of these dice. 4 on level 3. 4 and 5 is the token dwarf. Now the token dwarf has returned. Boom. Okay. So now the token dwarf in level 3 is we're at level 3 now. So at level 3 now, so he has 15 health. And he's rolling 2 dice for his defense. I'm rolling 3 dice. If we get a tie, it's a reroll. So starting with the 3 dice. We got 11. Versus the dwarf Snake Eyes. 11, 6 is 5. 1 is 4. Woo, 4 health. That did not do a lot to the dwarf. So there's 11 hit points left. This is where it's going to get tough. Rolling me first. Got a 3. The dwarf got a 5. So there's 11 hit points left. Okay, I got a 6. Oh. Okay. Got 2 dice this time. I got a 6 versus his 6. Oh, that's a reroll. So I got a messed up dungeon here. Got a 6. The dwarf got a 10. So the dwarf is dead. Oh. You know what I think I did wrong last time, and I just did wrong again now? I think the 3 is supposed to show up all at the same time. I rolled a 1, so that's a noob. Number 3 noob has 10 health. Noob is coming in over here. My 3 dice. Ha! There's a 12. There's 1 die. 4 plus 1 is 5. That's 7. Leaving with 3 left. I'm not really playing this right. I think I'm supposed to do it all 1 1 1, then 1 1 1, then 1 1 1. So, pardon me, I do believe I'm doing this part wrong. But let's see. So 2 dice for me again. 5. 4, but he has a +1, so he takes nothing. I get 1 die, he has 1 die. Me, him. Oh, he takes 1, so he has 3 left. There's 3 left, then I got 2 dice. 4. Versus his 3 plus 1 is 4. If I survive this, I'll do it right next turn. My 1, his 1. Oh, screw you. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hold on a second. I'm going to leave him right here. I'm going to kind of catch up here right now in a sense. So let me see who else is coming out. 4. Another token dwarf. Coming in through here. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2 dice for me, 2 for him. Me. 6 versus his 1 plus 5 is 6. Yeah, so remember, I should have been doing this all together. 1, 1, 1. I already said that, I know. Okay, again, I got 2 dice. He got 2 dice. Me first. I had crap rolls. 4. I also don't think I had to spend all my mana to blow up like this all at once. Me. And of course, now I get a 6. Him. Blows me out of the water. He's just like laughing through my traps. And then 2 for me. Oh, nice. I let him roll snake eyes. Pretty darn close. So 4 from 12 is 8. 7 because they all have a 1 point. So he has 3 left. He has 3 left. That doesn't matter because by the time he did that, came back around, his fellow dwarf was already... Oh, I was reading off the noob for this guy, not the dwarf. Oh, well. That didn't change what happened really so far, with the exception that he has 5 more hit points than I thought. At least, because he should have been rolling... Well, plus he should have been rolling extra die. But he would still be here. He would still be here, which is the point. So it's not that messed up, I don't think. But then when this guy gets here, as happened before, and is going to happen now, Um, if an adventurer enters your core room, you use all your stored mana for the day on the mana blast. See, I think I was supposed to keep mana stored up. Hey, Jason Glover, everyone, what's up over there with you? This was another Kickstarter. This was called Little Living Dungeon. And I'm giving it a try out right now. I think I made a few mistakes already. Also, I think there might have been a couple of mistakes in with the rules here, maybe. I mean, it's not a lot for me to go through. You know, Jason? All right, but I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. I always have fun when I get my butt kicked by a game, especially your games, Jason. No, this is not one of yours, but I mean, yours do kick my butt a lot, and I still enjoy playing them. But now this Little Living Dungeon. Yeah, 10-box game, kind of reminiscent of your Gate. This seems to be doing really good on the Game Crafter right now, by the way. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm watching it. So now, okay, so this is the new problem I'm having right now is I mentioned a few minutes ago that I think I made a mistake that I don't necessarily have to spend all my mana and keep blowing up my rooms like this. This is why we kind of had one turn of level 2 and then everyone was level 3 all of a sudden. And because this says I use all my stored mana. So when an adventurer does get to your core room, and I made this mistake the first time, was the second round. This happened. I thought it meant all the mana that you have here on the table. In this case, it would be 2, 3, 4, 5. But now I'm not sure if that counts as stored mana or not. I don't think it is. I think the stored mana is at the end of the turn. Like let's say somehow, let's say this is how I ended it, right? And these guys were defeated and I was left with these rooms. That I would get 5 mana. I would get a 5 mana token for that. And that would be my store. That's what I was thinking. That's my stored mana. So if I only spend 2 points of it, then I have 1 mana left in storage. Not this. So I think I made a mistake there, a big mistake in that second turn. Because it also says if an adventurer enters your core room and you have no mana left, you die. So I should have been dead after that second round. Yeah, I should have been dead after that second round. I am most definitely dead now, that's for sure. But there was a couple of mistakes, like I said, that I made. For a first-time game, that happens. But there's a couple of things that are not really addressed here. Like the only thing I really see about Day, if a room does not manage to kill an adventurer inside it, he moves on. The room has used all its mana, and it's supposed to indicate it is inactive. Any further adventurers to enter it on the same day do not get attacked. That part I knew, right? Because I did that. These, if anyone had come through, then they would have not had to deal with any of this. See, now another question I have is the choosing of the entrance for the adventurers. Because there's nothing here that says where they come into. Nothing. So if that's going to be left up to the player, that's going to be left up to me anyway. I don't know about any other player. But it's going to be left up to me. I'm not going to choose the most difficult path. I mean, for myself to win the game. I'm going to choose the most difficult path for these guys. When in all reality, they should have been coming in the shortest path, I guess. Unless it's not written in the rules that because I'm a living dungeon, I am choosing which entrances are opened at what point. But then maybe that's it, but it's not written, so we can only guess and surmise at this point. So yeah, there's a couple of questions I have about the playthrough of this. I'm going to go check for any errata. I'm going to go to the Kickstarter page in the comments section, see if so my next game can be a little bit better. Because I did like this. I like, from what I saw and the way it played out, I'm definitely digging the concept of this. I'm into what I'm doing. I'm really into that. And I see already some of the mistakes that I did make as far as tactics go as well. Because if I'm not spending all my mana, I'm trying to save some, then that's going to cause less rooms to come out sooner. So the level's not going to advance, and I'm not going to get tougher and tougher adventurers coming in. Because I want to try to keep it as simple as possible. I want to do everything I can to keep it low-level dungeons for as long as I can. Because that's the easiest chance to win. Low number of tiles with hopefully high numbers on them. And that's another question I've had since the beginning, is your choosing of tiles. Because it says you have 2 mana points to buy a room at the beginning of the game. The cost of the room is whatever the number is in the top left corner. Once you have your first room attached, the first day begins. Read about a day below. And there's nothing about a day at all. That seems to have been omitted from this. But there's nothing about choosing the tiles, how you choose them, and was I doing it correctly with the blind drawer? What happens if you can't afford? Does it get reshuffled? Does it put it into a discard pile to then later get reshuffled? That was not addressed in the rules either. But as far as playing the game out and having fun, one last time, I really did have a lot of fun figuring out and playing and making mistakes and making corrections and Little Living Dungeon. This was cool. All right, so next game, things will be different. Like I said, I'm going to look up and find out what I was doing wrong and what has been omitted from the rules. Thank you for checking this out, everyone. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming. And my friends, I am out of here.